What's good, guys? I thought I'd do a video today on how to get your shoulders wider, how to get that V-taper look. Now when it comes to getting wider shoulders, you want to focus on two exercises: side lateral raises and rear delt flies. They're the two exercises that are going to make your shoulders look wider and appear wider. And today I'm going to go over different variations of how to do them, if that makes sense. Now when it comes to both of these exercises, you can do them seated and standing. So that's giving you four different exercises, four different types of exercises, and a bonus fifth which I stumbled upon by myself, which targets your rear delts. So without further ado, I'm going to go over the exercises today and show you how to do them. Now the first exercise we're going to do are side lateral raises, which is targeting the side delts, and we're going to do this standing. Now what you want with the lateral raises is, you don't need a lot of weight to do this either. You want to be flying all the way up like that, all the way up. What you don't want is to be going just halfway or even a quarter way. You want to get a good full range of motion. So with the dumbbells here now, what I'm doing, I'm going all the way up like that, like you're flying. It's flying but stood up basically. So all the way up, all the way down, not any like little jerking like that. You can use a bit of momentum, especially towards the end of your set, but you want to focus on getting as high up as humanly possible. And you're flying, that's basically what it is. And rep range, I'd aim for anything 15 to 20, if not higher on this. This is an exercise you want to focus more on reps and less about weight. Next exercise we're going to do is rear delt flies, but kneeling over. Again, standing. So the only difference between this and the stood up one is you're kneeling over. So with this, like before, you're kneeling over and then you're flying. Kneeling over, just like that, and flying. Same rule applies. You want to be flying all the way up. Within reason, 80-90%, get it up. What you don't want is to be just going a little bit like that. You want to be going all the way up. In, and out. And what you'll feel with this exercise is it's slightly easier. Compared to the stood up one, you'll find you'll be able to move more weight with this. So with the rear delt flies, when you're kneeling over, you'll be able to use more weight than the one when you're standing straight. When you're standing straight up, it's the slightly easier of the two standing up exercises, if that makes sense. Now next up, we've got another rear delt exercise, and to be honest, I stumbled upon this one by pure accident. To be honest, I've seen people do it in a circuit before, but I've never actually seen anyone do it for actual reps and sets. And believe me, this is a weight which you don't need a lot of weight to feel this exercise. What you do with the dumbbells in the middle, so you hold them like that. It's rear delt fly standing. You go in and out. So with the weights, like I do now, I hold the weights together like that, and you go in and out. There you go. And you do that in and out. And rep range, you want to go again 15-20 reps. And believe me, even just a 5 kilo dumbbell, you will feel it with that. That is a really tough exercise, and one, like I said, I did stumble upon it by pure accident, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I done it. It's like doing rear delt flies on the chest press machine, basically, but with free weight. And again, like I said before, you don't need a lot of weight to feel that. 5 kilos, your rear delts will be burning. Because naturally the dumbbells don't want to be in that position, they just want to drop. So that's definitely one you'd want to do to help get your shoulders wider. Now next we've got side lateral raises but seated. The only difference between this and the stood up one is it's harder, and what I mean by that is you can't use as much momentum. When you stood up you can use more momentum, but when you're seated, as you'll see now, you can't quite use as much momentum as you can when you stood up, because the momentum stops when you bring it down. Now this is another exercise where you want to aim for high rep range and focus less on the weight. Believe me, with this, you will feel it once you get to about 15 reps. It starts burning and you don't half feel it, because unlike the stood up one, like I mentioned, the momentum's took out, so it's harder. So say when you stood up, you can probably use a 10-12k dumbbell, sat down, lower the weight, maybe use a 7, an 8, something like that. It's a lot harder sat down than it is stood up. And last but not least, we've got the rear delts but sat down, kneeling over. Again, like the lateral raises when we were seated, it's harder than the stood up version, simply because you can't use the momentum. But the same rule applies. You kneel over with the weight and you're flying. You want to go up and down, making sure you're getting a good range, making sure you're flying more or less all the way up. You don't want to be doing quarter reps, half reps. You want to be making sure you're flying virtually all the way up, helping to get your shoulders wider. I hope that video has been useful, and feel free to hit me down in the comment section below if you've got any questions, or let me know if you want to do any more videos, type of videos like this. Because when it comes to your shoulders, particularly when wanting to get them wider, you don't need a bonkers amount of weight. Body weight up to about a 10-12 kilo dumbbell is more than enough weight to get them wide looking shoulders and that V-taper look you're after. So yeah, feel free to hit me down in the comment section below, and I'll be back again for another video.